guys, welcome to my Friday stream, if I remember what day it is. That always helps. So today it's just going to be a chill sort of sewing stream, nothing too fancy. At the moment I've got a bit of a mess to tidy up. Just pulled out all of the fabrics and things, and there's quite a bit. You may be able to see this. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but I have finally made myself, maybe if I put it down there, camera, I changed all the camera settings and it's gone a bit now. Yeah, so I've made myself like a grid pattern for the actual for the quilt blanket, whatever you want to call it. I've got a couple of rows here that are already done, and I actually need to mark out which ones, because we've got 4 rows at the moment, so I need to mark out which ones those are, how much we got of those. So I'm just going to do that quickly. We've not got anyone here. Okay, so we want each of these lengths has to be 21 squares. Ojoy is ready with a party of 2. Hey Ojoy, how's it going? Heyo. Yeah, so we've got, how many is that? Yeah, we need 14 rows of 21 squares. And if I did my maths right, which I probably didn't, and you can't see it anyway, because of the lighting in here. Yeah, you can't see it. But yeah, I think that works out at 249 squares, which isn't too bad. I think, so I get these in packs of 50, so that's 150 that we've got, so that's halfway there. Good, thanks yourself. Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not bad. Doing okay today. No complaints for the moment. A bit of a headache, but I'm not entirely sure where that's come from, so I'm just ignoring it. I apologise. You've come in at the boring stage where I'm sort of setting everything up, and so I'm just counting the squares, so that I can mark down on the rows how many we've got so far. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's 18. What's that noise? Oh. Okay, so that's one that we need to work on. So what have you been up to today? Have you been up to much? Have you been working? Not working? Any of that stuff? Oh, actually, I'm feeling. Right, if that's another one, I think this one actually needs doing. I think this is only 14, so I may have marked that wrong already. Yeah, that's 14. Okay. So those ones are done. We can put those to the side. Let's finish this one. Yeah, let's finish this one because we've got 18 squares on here. Let me just move the mouse out of the way. I seem to have more but less desk space today, if that makes any sense. I've got more room for things, and yet somehow I still don't seem to have just quite enough space to lay everything out. just a bit typical, really. Suppose in a moment I can show you the rather lovely package that arrived for me today, which when we've got a few more people in, we'll see what I plan to do with it. Hey, go home. How's it going? I was just about to show off these. So these arrived today. Oh, the blue one is taking over. This is the only one I have actually unravelled so far, and it's kind of taken over the place. So we've got, you know how I was saying last week about setting up gift wrapping options for the Etsy store. So these are the ribbons that I'm going to use. Not too bad, thanks. How are you? Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad today. Assuming that you were talking to me, which I think you might have actually been talking to Ojoy. Yeah, ribbons. So we've got a nice sort of sky blue colour. The colour is a bit brighter on the screen from what I can see. Talking to all of you. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. So, hey, Will, how's it going? Yeah. So we've got a nice sky blue colour there, and it's currently unravelling itself across the desk. Thank you for the host, Will. Really nice purple, which I have to say is my favourite. This is the most perfect purple that I could have found. And then we've got a couple of plain ones. So let me just have a look. Yeah. So this is the white one, and this is the cream one. And you can't really tell. And I'll be honest, from the distance, because of the lighting in here, I can't particularly tell. But this one is definitely slightly more yellow than this one is. So yeah, so I've got a couple of colours and then a couple of plain ones, you know, sort of more generic. Because you know, not everyone's going to be a fan of blue or purple, so some people might just want something that's plain. And then, since we've got a few people in now, I'm just going to tighten this back up because it's taking over the desk. So glad earlier I was literally just about to cause they have a bit of sellotape that sticks it, and I was just about to peel off the sellotape and I dropped it on the floor. So you can imagine that would make quite a bit of a chaos if I had dropped that once I had unravelled it. But yes, so as I whoa, oh no, oh I've knocked the camera. Oh, don't want to see that. Christ. It's a shambles, guys. It's a shambles. Right, ignoring that bit. So this is the finished product for the gift wrapping. So it's quite plain. I wanted to use recycled paper just because I think it's nicer. It's more eco-friendly. And all the offcuts and stuff, I can throw that straight in the recycling as well. Ah, thank you, Calhoun. It did. It's a Friday chill. Yeah. It did take me a couple of attempts to do that bow, and I think the guys were saying in the Discord earlier that I should possibly do a stream to show that one. So I think I might do that next week because I've still got some bits, because I'm going to when I've got a bit more funding. Hey Oggy, how's it going? I'm gonna buy some thinner ones, so I think it'll be like sort of that thickness ribbon for little tags, so they all I'll get all the same colours, so they'll be like matching ribbon for the tags, and I'm going to make some tags next week. I'm going to make some tags next week when the bits come through, because I ordered some little gems to go on them. I've sort of got this image in my mind of what they're going to look like, and I'm hoping that I can sort of recreate that and make it look nice. So yeah, I'm going to stop knocking things over and make some more fabric. Or more of this blanket. I am not with it today. Not with it today at all. I think I was awake till about 6 this morning. And then woke up at 9. So if I sound a bit iffy and I'm not making much sense, I do apologise. But I have not slept very well. Yeah, I hope. Yeah. I do entirely blame my partner in crime. Because I think me and Jay ended up talking most of the night about various Twitch things and stuff like that. You better partying all night long. I wish I had been out partying. No, I was just I could not sleep. I don't think it helped that I sort of half slept in till like 1 in the afternoon the day before, because I just did not feel like getting out of bed. So I was sort of half asleep for most of that, and then yeah, for some reason I just couldn't sleep during the actual night. So on the bright side, I got a lot of stuff done last night. It just wasn't coursework. Which is still on my list of things I need to be finishing. But I'll be honest, I would rather stream. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing outside bed anyway. I'll be honest, if I could stream this from my bed feasibly, and, you know, without getting close to Twitch being getting upset with me, ow, then I probably would stream from my bed. But I am still actually in my pyjamas. I've got half dressed, as you may have seen when the camera fell off. But yeah, no. I've been sitting in front of the computer like all day, doing various tasks, and sort of just forgot to do everything else. Half dressed is halfway there. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, I think it's safe to say probably the bottom half. Technically, I don't think the vest top counts as actual clothing, unfortunately. I have my hoodie on today because I keep getting that feeling of I get really hot, so I take it off, and then I, like 2 minutes later, freezing to death, so I have to put it back on again. And so it's like, rather than just putting on a full-on fleecy snuggly warm top, I just threw on the hoodie, which keeps falling off actually because it's too big. Ipsy never has trousers on, so I wouldn't worry. This is true. This is true. But yeah, that is mainly why I tend to keep the camera angle, so that you can't see me, other than my hands. Because I'm either usually in my pyjamas, or have to put on something that's not really suitable. Because my clothes are either too big or too small. Or, like I say, sitting here in a pyjama top. Because who needs to get dressed? I bet you are like a newsreader, never dressed from the waist down. Damn, you found my secret. Hey, McLeod, how's it going? Reason mine is on my face because can't be asked close. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just gonna trim these bits because it's kind of getting in the way a little. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well today. I hope you are all looking forward to the weekend. I am kind of looking forward to the weekend, but then also once the weekend's over, I then have to start the new job, which is kind of I'm not sure how I feel yet. I'm good. Having a full PJ day. That sounds like a good plan. Definitely sounds like a good plan. Ow. I'm not looking forward to the weekends. I work weekends. Oh yeah, you do, don't you, Augie? In that case, I hope that you are looking forward to the week. The week after the weekend. Or at the very least that the work does not suck too bad. Ow. The rain has just hit big time. Guess I'm staying at work for a bit longer. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, actually, my headphones are actually noise cancelling, so I can't hear outside at the moment. But yeah, I think the rain has stopped here, so I'm guessing it's travelled up to you now, Calhoun. Sorry. I always look forward to Mondays. I hate Mondays. We've got quite the contrast there. Yeah, exactly like Oki says. At least you get to hang out here a bit longer, which may or may not be a good thing for you. It all depends. Hopefully, if it's come on that quickly, it should go quickly as well, with any luck. That one time I was staying with a friend up. Oh, it's always a good thing. Ah, that's nice of you to say. Yeah, I remember last time I was staying with a friend up near Cambridge, Cambridge Way, and there was this massive storm in the middle of the night, and I'm not kidding, it sounded like cannons going off, like outside the window. It was so horrific. And the thing is, we don't seem to get that so much down here. Like, but we'll have thunder and stuff, but I think it's because it was sort of bouncing around off of the coast. It was pretty horrific. Yeah, I do love a good storm. I do love a good storm when I'm sort of expecting it. But in that brief moment in time, it was about 3 a.m, and the storm had just come out of nowhere, because we knew it was going to be horrible weather. And of course it was horrible weather because it was the middle of summer and we planned a holiday. Yeah, middle of summer, so you weren't really expecting it to be that horrible. And like I say, it was just massive explosions almost, rather than thunder. But I do love listening to the rain and thunder and stuff. Love to watch the lightning. Yeah, watching the lightning is fun. Just make sure you're not in it. That is the important thing, guys. Stay out of the thunder and lightning. Well, middle of summer, what did you expect? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, this is England, to be fair. When do we ever have, apart from last year, where it was like 40 degrees in the shade? What other weather do you expect in England? We only get 3 days of summer usually. Yeah. And it's usually in the middle of a week, either just before or just after a bank holiday. so you can't even make use of it. Because Britain, well done with your weather. But yeah, that's the one. I don't really know what to expect from this summer, I'll be honest. I sort of gauging over Christmas, because Christmas is weird here. All of you guys are sort of spread out over the place, so I don't know what it was like for you, but it was like at least 10 degrees throughout the entirety of December, and it's really only since January that it actually started getting a bit cold. So it was very weird. 3, you're a bit optimistic. Yeah. Maybe that's sort of like accumulative, so it's like 3 days worth out of the entire season, rather than in 3 full days. It's like you get a bit of sunshine for a couple of hours before it storms down again. I think it's going to get colder again before it gets warmer. Yeah, I think it might. I mean, we did have quite a bit of snow. So hopefully it will start getting better now. 5 degrees is a tropical weather at the moment. Yeah. I'll say it's definitely nice not to be in minus numbers anymore, because this house gets mighty cold. And, fortunately I have thawed out from the frost, because it did get very, very cold in here. Because there's gaps everywhere, because it's an old building, and not all of the gaps were sealed properly when they redid it, shall we say. And at night I will lie there and I will watch the wind blowing the cobwebs around the room, kind of thing. So it gets a bit chilly, especially when it's minus something outside. Yeah, it's crazy how quickly we sort of adapt to the weather changes. It's like last year, you know, we would consider 20 degrees being freezing almost, but now it's like 5 degrees is what we would consider almost a heat wave. Yeah, our house has no insulation or heating really. Yeah, it sucks. I think it's safe to say that it sucks. just realised I'm sort of slowly sliding off of the edge of the camera. Let's just take that pin out. Make quite a bit of progress with this blanket. When I went to reorder some more patches, I looked at the date that I'd last ordered them, and it turns out that it was longer ago than I thought, because I'd last ordered the patches I used for these in 2015, in September 2015. So I thought it was I thought it was about 2017 that I bought these, and it turns out it was not. It was about 4 years ago now. Which is insane. Because it should not have taken me this long to actually finish this. Pulling the wrong bit of thread there. Okay, so that is one done. So does the new job start on Monday? Yes. Yeah, it starts on this coming Monday. So you shall hear all about how it goes on Wednesday. Although I will probably talk to quite a few of you before then anyway. But I'm hoping that it goes well. But you know me, I can be a bit silly at times, so my internet just dropped out. I'm back now. What did I miss? Hey Will, welcome back. You have not missed much, Will. I was just telling Cal Home that the new job starts this Monday. But other than that, you have not missed anything, my dear. No, I think. Yeah, this was the only issue, is that as you can probably see through here, that I've got loads and loads of floral patterns, ones left, and so I ordered some more. Be right back. No worries, Oggy. Yeah, I ordered some more patches, because the picture on the site showed. Chrissy GF is following. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I ordered some more because the picture on the site was showing all of the polka dot ones. So it was like six different fabrics in there, and it was showing the polka dot ones, and I got them before, and there was quite a few. And yeah, when it arrived, it's you can't really see it, but there's like 6 patterns in here or something, and only 2 of them are polka dots, and they happen to be the blue ones and the purple ones, which are the only ones I had left. So that was a little bit of a pain, because now I've got to try and figure out how I can fit all of these in before actually having to buy some more, because they kind of sent the wrong ones. So I messaged them and I was like, I kind of needed all of the polka dots. I don't really want to send this back because it's more of a hassle, and I kind of needed them later anyway. So could you just make sure that you send proper ones the next time? Emily Mekudance is now following. I apologise if I've just butchered your name entirely. But thank you for the follow. Got some nice to have some newbies in. If you are lurking, feel free to lurk. But also feel free to come say hi, because everyone here is lovely and friendly. But yes, so I will hopefully be able to track down some more patches at some point, because I'm hoping that we don't sort of end up getting to a standstill, because I've got like 50 patches of the same thing and I don't really want to put them all in the same line, if that makes sense. I'm guessing that this is probably one of those things that I should have prepared beforehand, sort of planned it all out, which squares were going to go where. Just got myself some beef stew, late lunch as I overslept. Beef stew sounds like a good plan for a late lunch. Hi Chrissy, hello from Austria. Wow. So what am I making? I am making a patchwork blanket. At the moment it kind of looks like a scarf because I've got just one long strip. You can sort of see it a bit better there. But I also have a couple more of those strips, and when I've got all of them, so I'm doing it in lines to make it easier. When I've got all of them done, I will start sewing these all together, and then it will start to look more like a blanket. But today we are finishing off a couple that I'd started. So how are you, Chrissy? And do you sew all of that by hand? Yes. Yeah, I sew all of it by hand. It was the one thing I decided when I was going to make it that I did want to sew it all by hand. And when I started, it did become a bit of a mammoth task, and I sort of gave up for a while. But I decided to bring it back out for the streams. And it's great actually, because it's actually helped me sit down and do it. And I think once I finished, it'll be something that I can actually feel proud of. It sounds like a lot of work. Yeah. I'll be honest, I'm not, I don't think that I would regret not using a sewing machine, but I think it definitely would be a faster job if I used it. Hey Tim, how's it going? But yeah, thank you for popping in, Chrissy. If you don't mind me asking, did you where did you find my channel? Is it through someone? Is that through Twitter or someone that we follow on Twitch, perhaps? I don't think I've got that many sort of new people in as of yet, so I kind of like to know, if I can, where they've joined from, because it all sort of helps the channel in a sense. Yeah, how's it going, Tim? You well today? How did the stream go yesterday? I can't remember if I stayed till the end. I have a feeling I may have had to leave a bit suddenly. Oh no, just searched here on Twitch for sewing. Oh, that's nice. That's nice to have a fresh face. Heck yeah, I'm great. How are you? Yeah, I'm not too bad today, Tim. I'm not too bad. Sort of definitely enjoying the relax vibe here on Twitch today. Yeah. So, Chrissy, do you do many crafts? Do you sew as well? Or do you just like watching people craft stuff? It's always nice to know what people are into. And everyone's greeting Tim. The increasing levels of excitement. Yes, sewing, stitching, crafting, all of that good stuff. Oh, that's nice. It's always lovely to meet fellow crafters, because I don't really get to meet that many. I think really only through Twitch that I've met as many recently as I have. Most of my other friends, they're not particularly crafty. Although one thing that a regular group of mine we've got into is painting ceramics. Like going down to I think Ed was talking about this on his stream last night, wasn't he, Will? Because he's done that as well. Like going down to sort of pottery place, and you can pick out what you want to paint, and then sort of paint it however you like, and then they'll glaze it and stuff and fire it. That's Lisa is rated with a party of 4. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Lisa raid. Hey Lisa. LL Cool Raid, I love that. Hey Gio, how's it going? I hope you're all well. Thank you for the host as well, Gio. Down these ads. Oh no. Hey Woody. Is mug painting another word for face painting? I mean, it could be. It could well be. I will have to BRB at some point so that I can go shuffle out and grab it, because I have this really adorable fox that I painted. He did have a slight incident with the firing, and as a result he has a wonky eye, but other than that he actually went quite well. That's why I discovered Twitch. No one, friends and family, is interested in my sewing addiction, so I guess I will share my addiction with all the new people I meet on Twitch. Yeah, well, that's it. It's always a shame when real life friends or family don't get it when it comes to crafts, but it's lovely meeting other people that do love it and are passionate about it. So I hope that you stick around, Chrissy, because it would be really nice to have you here. I'm here on Wednesdays and Thursdays crafting at the moment. No, Wednesdays and Fridays, not Thursdays. But I think I may have to push that back to 6 o'clock rather than when I started at 5. So it'll be an hour later, I'm hoping, and sort of trying to gauge how the new job goes before I try and settle back into a routine, as it were. Good. After laying smackdown and finally surpassing Lardin trophies. Oh, nice. You are crushing the trophy war, are you? What am I crafting today? I am still going with the patchwork blanket, Lisa. I know you tend to miss these ones, so I can't remember if you've actually been in when I've been making it. But we're making quite a bit of progress with it so far. I even, at the start of the week, made myself this little sheet of all the squares that I have to fill the front of the blanket, so I can cross them off as I go. That was an idea inspired by TC's style of cross stitching, because she does it on the cross stitch patterns as well as she's going, which is really helpful for tracking which ones you've done already. And because my brain is terrible, I will most likely forget where I've got to, because I have so far. Oh yeah, now True War begins. Who gets to stay on top? I will say good luck with the trophy war. I find it best not to take sides. I am Switzerland in the trophy wars. And fortunately for me, I cannot participate, so you guys are safe. Yeah, how did the stream go, Lisa? What were you playing today? I remember doing a Christmas tree cross stitch at school once. Probably the best thing I ever made at school. That actually sounds good for a school. I'll be honest. Usually, I wouldn't expect them to be so happy with you using needles in schools, because I assume you do have a needle to cross stitch, so usually they're quite iffy about that kind of stuff. Like, oh no, what if they happen to jab themselves very lightly with this blunt needle? It will cause chaos. I was continuing with Beyond Two Souls. It's a strange game, but I like it. I'm gonna have to watch that back. So I do. Safety needles, yeah. I do admit that last week, I think it was last week. Have we gone through the week already? I can't remember. Last time you were playing it, I think I was half asleep. Because I'd sort of fallen asleep on someone's stream, woken up in the raid, and ended up on yours. Which I don't mind. I did actually really enjoy watching the game, but I'll be honest, I had no idea what was going on. And I'm not entirely sure whether that's one of those games where you have to watch from the beginning for it to make sense, or whether that was just the game. Like whether the game was just a bit complicated. I'm a bit dim, so you know. I've done that before too. Hey Yogi, welcome back. Okay, so we've got 20. That's done. The game isn't in order, so it doesn't help. Yeah, I did notice that as well. When you were playing, and it was like 1 minute she was an adult, the next minute she was a kid, and then she was a teenager, and I was like, I'm assuming that I haven't fallen asleep between these, because I'm sure I was awake watching what was going on, but it was really confusing watching it sort of bounce back and forth between them. And it did it in a good way, but I feel that's a complexity that games did not need. It's like if you're showing someone's past, then lights just flickered. That's not good. Yeah, if you're doing the whole flicking forward and back through time, it does get a little confusing. Timey-wimey, yes. Very timey-wimey. I don't know how much this microphone picks up, but it sounds like either thunder or very high winds outside. So if for any reason the stream suddenly switches off, it could well be because we've had a power cut, because we do have those here. I think I just heard thunder. Yeah. So if the stream goes off and I don't appear to be in the chat telling you what's going on, assume that we've had a power cut, in which case go about your daily business, because I probably won't be able to get back on that quick. Very, very windy outside mine. All I can hear is your voice. Oh, well, that's good. Sometimes the microphone can be like ridiculously sensitive. I can't quite remember if it was this one or whether it was the one that's attached to my headset. But as the headset one has to plug into a little microphone jack, it's not USB, so it doesn't actually work with the laptop. Be right back. No worries. But yeah, I had one that was so sensitive you could pretty much hear everyone in the house, which was not that great. Because our house gets noisy. Especially if there happens to be a spider or bug occupying the same room as my sister. In which case, you probably wouldn't need a microphone to hear that, because she screams that loud. Bless her. I think it has sadly come time to get a new needle out, because this one is very blunt all of a sudden. It's not going through the fabric very well. I don't want to be making massive holes. How long am I streaming today? So I usually try and keep it for a couple of hours. I've streamed 1 hour now, so I will try and go for another hour and finish at 7 o'clock UK time. But I'm not sure what that would be. Where you are, Christy. But yeah, I should be going for another hour. Unless anything happens. Which I don't see happening, to be honest, but unless anything happens, it means that I can stay on a bit longer. So it's very nice hanging out with you guys. So that would be 8 PM, roughly, possibly. Hanging out with us guys. How very dare you? I can never remember time zones. No, me neither, Will. I know countless people in America. I can never remember what the time zones are out there. It does my head in. Especially because they don't just have one time zone. They have several time zones. It's like, but it's one country. Why does this do this? I can only Time Lords can. Yeah. America. Yep. Indeed. I can just about remember places like France and stuff. I think they're only like an hour ahead or something. But any more than one, it gets a bit confusing. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. Yes. You're in Eastern Central Time. Eastern something time, isn't it? Central would be a C. Yeah, that one. I vaguely know that one. Also got Central and Pacific. Standard. Yeah. I have a vague idea because I deal with various companies in different locations through work. You see, that's when it really becomes essential to actually know, or at least know how to find out, or have a vague idea of it. Bit like yeah, there's a lot of things I'm like, I don't really need to know this, so I don't really it's not essential for me to learn. Where are you from? Also, all the other people here. Where are you from? I am from the UK, Chrissy. Sorry. I am in England. So just in southeast England. That's a more generalised location. Sort of near to London. So that's sort of one of the main places people know in England. I am close to London, but not that close. Excuse me while I get a drink of water quickly. Haha, Nightbot has arrived. I think Nightbot has calmed down with all of the stuff for the moment. Although I say that until someone puts one too many emotes or something, and then Nightbot just goes absolutely mental and deletes everything in the chat. I am working on a fix for that one. I think I upped the limits. You're a subscriber, Will, so it's I think you're one of the exceptions. I think it's only I I think it's everyone that's not a subscriber or higher. Everyone that's not a subscriber or higher tiered. I think it's set to like 20 emotes or something. Because I mean, I haven't had any trolls in here, but you can never be too careful. Ah, there we go. There we go. Nogden's done it. There we go. You can have those back. I'm an exception as usual, but this time for a good reason. Yeah. Also, Will, if you would love to see your name in about 3 different shout out categories on my page, scroll down a little. I finally added some stuff on there earlier. I redid the entire channel page and suddenly realised just how much you had donated to me, Will, of which I'm very grateful for. Cool, I was in the UK once before in Wallington with school, and we were also in Brighton. It was so nice that Brighton's actually not that far. Yeah, it's not that far from where I am. I'm on mobile, so can see nothing. That's a shame. I'll screenshot it and stick it in the Discord later, just for you. I wish. What's that? I've been warned. Will is the exception. That proves the rule. That Will gets everywhere. I wish Oggy this will send me away from the Queen's birthday party. In time, Will. In time. You shall go to the ball. But yeah, so yesterday, well, last night, some of yesterday and last night, which is partially why I didn't sleep. The patches were just making their way off the desk there. Not sure why. So the part of the reason why I didn't actually sleep very much last night was because I was working on my Patreon page, which Will and any other mobile viewer won't be able to see because they can't scroll down to see the channel, but that there is a link to that on there now, like I usually say, I don't like asking for donations, and I don't expect anyone to pay me for essentially sitting here waffling for 2 hours. And I don't have like I wouldn't say they're massive benefits at the moment on Patreon. But you do get the shout out, and I've got 2 tiers on there. So the first tier is that you get a shout out on the YouTube videos and your name on this page. Queen's birthday party is overrated anyway. They don't even serve Swan. I'm not a fan of Swan anyway. It's frozen monkey brains all the way for me. I've toyed with Patreon, but I feel cheeky and awkward asking people to give me money. Yeah. You must be 18 years old or to view this content. Is that on the Patreon page, Go Home? Yeah. So, because it sort of asked if I was going to have any, like, adult content on there and stuff, and nudity, and I was thinking, well, no, but if I happen to, like, swear in one of the videos that I've put up, then I don't want to get something back for that. You know, if I post something that's perhaps not deemed appropriate for anyone under 18, by just happenstance, then I just want to make sure that it's all above board. Plus, I don't really know how I feel about anyone under 18 donating. Not that I'm biased or anything, but I just think if you're under 18, the chances are that you might be using your parents' credit card, and I don't want that. You're gonna get some disappointed perverts. That's what it says when going. Yeah. Like I say, it's not that I'm planning to put any dodgy content on there. You won't see me jiggling around in my underwear playing Twister. But just in case I put anything on there that could be deemed controversial, I just want to make sure that it's all set up. Hey, Ugchugs. Do you like Ugchugs or do you prefer Chad? Because I'm never quite sure which one to call you. But hi, it's really nice to see you in here. How's it going? Are you disclosing your private sideline again? What did I wander into? Oh dear. That was unfortunate. I was just saying, and it was completely innocent, and they misquoted me again. About I recently set up a Patreon page, and either is fine. Oh, that's good. Yeah. And it does say on the page that you have to be over 18 to view it. And when I was setting it up, it was like, is there going to be any nudity on this page or whatever have you? I was like, well, no, but if I swear, then I don't want to get angry people saying, oh, you can't swear, it's you know, it's for under 18s and all that. So I just wanted to put it over 18, and then that way if I say anything that could be considered inappropriate, then I go, well, you know, it says it's for adults only, so sort of keeping it safe. But as for the jiggling quote, I was saying that you won't see me dancing around in my underwear, because no one really wants to see that, and I can't imagine they'd pay for it either. But yeah, so that was unfortunate timing. Jiggling and puffing. Oh dear. I've completely lost where I got to now. But yeah, how's it going today, Chad? You good? Have you been working hard on the mugs again today? Someone sounds a bit flustered now. No, not at all. Yeah, I did go home. I did, and it was very unfortunate timing to do that as well. Wound down the stream a little early today. Have a cold coming on. Oh no! Oh no! I hope you feel better soon. Aw. I'm sorry I didn't get to I'm sorry I didn't get to catch you today. And I'm not sure I actually saw you go on. Currently don't have any plans to do underwear streams either. Well, that's That's always good to know. Is just as a heads up, so you know if you happen to walk into someone's stream and they're just like, oh hi, I'm just having, you know, just lying around in MeUndies here, and you're like, I'm gonna come back later. I'll be honest though, your spaceman streams are fun enough. I don't think I don't think you need to be doing underwear streams to get in the people. You're crafting Undersea on your 18 plus Patreon, or did I miss something? Yes, Undersea. Undersea, that was exactly what it was. That's a whole different Patreon tier. Yes, that is something that would never happen on here. Stream looks great. Seems like you're doing really well. Oh, thank you. I do try. Sometimes it goes a bit of a shambles. It seems to be holding up better now. I'm sort of getting into the swing of things a bit more. I think I looked on my recent events thing and it said that I'd only subbed to my own channel 10 days ago. So I think that means that I only actually set it up properly 10 days ago, for like affiliate and stuff. So it's quite crazy to think how quickly the time's gone, and yet how little I've actually been doing this for. Shambles? Where? You were there for my shambles over the summer. Yeah, I think we've all had those. I think that's thank you, Calhome. Hate to see an empty slot on the leaderboard. Oh hi, Red Rains. How's it going? I hope you're well. Yeah, my affiliate sub badge is still at tier 1. Yeah. Well. Yeah, how's it going, Red Rains? You good today? Oh, you're good. Yeah. I am not too bad. Enjoying hanging out with you guys. It's been really nice so far. Oh, in fact, we have finished another line, so we've got 3 of these done so far. So let's just. Oh, I did take the pins out of that. Yeah, took the pins out of that one. That's trying to take the needle as well. Don't want that. But yeah, I am good, thank you. I still have Stramble streams. I can never get my overlays to work. I'll be honest, the issue that I have with the overlays is purely down to Streamlabs, because I will do something, I will set it up, and it will work perfectly fine. I'll come back to it like 2 days later. Jack gifted a tier 1 sub to Calhome. Oh, thank you so much for the gift sub. You're a wonderful man. You guys are so awesome. Yes, I did change the needle wheel. Though this one also feels a bit thick, so I think it might be the fabric. You can now celebrate with all the bobbins, Calhome. I've forgotten what I was saying. Ooh, sub hype. Ooh, the sub hype. Yeah, Streamlabs. That was it. Yes, Streamlabs will have a tendency to move things around or break things when I'm not running it. Or the other day where it did an update and it just kept crashing. So it just was not working at all. Accidental Bob there. Someone quote that. That is great. I use AVerMedia software and my overlay works spot on. Then when I go to stream part of it says no. Yeah, that does sound like a pain. But yeah, so bless Streamlabs, bless its heart. It does try, but sometimes it just doesn't always get it right. Accidental to Bob. Bob Ross is always appropriate. Yeah, I would agree with that, Chrissy. There is no such thing as an accidental Bob. He is always intended. Oh, you guys make me laugh so much. So does anybody have plans for the evening? Painting some little trees. Gotta go back to work. I'm just leave this lurk here. Thank you so much for stopping by, Chad. I really appreciate it, and it was lovely to see you here. I will try and get back to one of your streams at some point. I am starting a new job, so I may not be able to for a bit. But we shall see how that goes. Thanks for hanging out with me in my early days. Hey, you are more than welcome. So nice being able to hang out with you. You're always so funny. Your streams are always just amazing. It's really lovely to have stumbled across you. So thank you for joining in, and I shall see you later at some point, hopefully. Oh yes, I remember you saying that. Go home. Raided a channel the other day, and someone was trying to paint Bob Ross from the audio alone. It does sound really hilarious. Sounds completely mental. I'll shoot you an invite to our creative community Discord. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'd love that. Currently trying to sort a custom overlay. Oh, how is that going, Oggy? But yeah, you take care. You take care, Chad, and hopefully I will be able to stop by another one of your wonderful streams at some point. God, I don't know what's happened to this one, but just this whole square seems to have frayed quite a bit. I think I have abused some of these loyal. You can sort of tell that this is one of the new ones. It's all perfectly square, and it's not afraid at all. And then you look at this one and it's just like, there's just loose threads everywhere. Well, I'm currently setting it out. I'm wanting a custom overlay for each stream. A different custom overlay for each stream. So you're gonna have it sort of like themed to the games that you're playing. Is like you're in. Oh, thank you. Now this is I got this in Camden Market last summer. I was there with a friend. We did a day trip to London. She was actually an American friend of mine who came over for a couple of weeks, and I was taking her on a tour of London. I can just put it in chat here too if anyone else wants to join. Basically, Discord full of creative streamers and shenanigans. We do collabs and whatnot. Oh yeah, that would be lovely if you want to pop it in, and then anyone that here that feels like it can do so. I gotta get things ready gaming with Senor Lard. Hope you have a lovely rest of the stream and day. Thank you, Gio. You too. Oh, sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. I forgot for some reason. It's done some of them automatically. So some of them it will automatically block. But yeah, no. I have untimed you out now, so I think it's okay. I will add you as VIP status, and then Nightbot will not tell you off next time. Oh no! Nightbot, what are you doing? Calm down. Let's see if I can do anything from here. There we go. Right. You have been untimed out, apparently. Sorry about that. Hang on, I'm gonna quickly jump on the dashboard and see if I can add you. I had to abandon Nightbot because he kept punishing my regulars. Yeah. He gets very angry at people for no reason. And I'm not sure. I might turn Nightbot off for the day. Give him a break. Because he does get very angry. It's alright until you cross him. There we go. If I've done that right, then your name is now added to the regulars list, so it shouldn't time you out next time. It's cool. I sent it to Calhoun. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Calhoun. Yeah. I only set up Nightbot for the quotes. Woo, regular. Yeah, you are now a regular. Yeah, I literally only set up Nightbot for the quote system because for some reason Streamlabs doesn't allow me to do it. It just says coming soon and it doesn't tell me anything else other than that. So as soon as Streamlabs gets the ability for me to add quotes, assuming that it's not something that I have to enable that it hasn't told me, then Nightbot will be going into retirement because it is way too aggressive. We do have a yeah, Streamlabs has a quote system, but for some reason with mine, and I've seen people using it, but for some reason with mine, it just says module coming soon, and it's blanked out, and it has that with a couple of other modules on here as well. I think like polls and stuff like that. So I'm not sure whether it's something that I have to enable, but it hasn't actually told me that, or whether it's something that I don't get yet for whatever reason known to Streamlabs. It's all very confusing. Yeah, that I do like Ed's quote. Nightbot, don't be a night jerk. He is very much a night jerk. You get on the wrong side and woof. You do regret it instantly. Have you got the latest version of Chatbot? I'll be honest, I've not got a clue. I run everything through one window in Streamlabs OBS. So at the top of it, you guys can't see it, but I can. Where the thing is, it's like it's got all of the bits like the dashboard, the chatbot, and stuff like that. So I kind of assume that when Streamlabs updates, it updates all of that stuff as well. If it doesn't, then that might be where I'm going wrong. But I was originally just using normal OBS before this, but it was a bit sluggish, and I just couldn't make things look as nice on there, which is why I chose this one. And through all of its minor faults and stuff, and the random crashes that it kept having, it does actually make things look not smoother and nicer, which I do appreciate, at least. Oh Joy, how do you remember everyone's quotes? Oh Joy is everywhere and knows everything. Oh Joy is a wizard. Plain and simple. Must be a wizard. I think I'd use Streamlabs OBS. Yeah. It is really nice. And it was really easy to set up. Once I knew what I was actually doing with this stuff. Because usually with software I'll look at it, go, so many buttons, and just close it again, and probably won't actually ever use it again. But with this, it's got a lot of buttons, but once you know, but they don't really do anything that's that difficult. Easy setup is required. Yeah. And also I went for it particularly because it's quite a commonly used software, so I figured, well, it was probably more likely to have regular updates and be able to find tutorials on the things that I don't understand. But yeah, once it's sort of open, you sort of start off choosing your overlays and stuff and putting all that lot in order. I think the only thing that I'm still confused by is the audio section, which is what I had difficulty with before, because I'm not entirely sure how it's organised. It sort of says it has different channels for different audio, but it doesn't seem to make a difference whether you click on it or not. Until it does, but it doesn't explain anything. So I'm sure plenty of you may have seen one of the earlier Shambles streams when I was trying furiously to get the microphone to work. Which one are you planning to use, Ojoy? You're planning to use Slobs as well. Yeah. I was playing about with it last night. Yeah, Slobs is pretty good. I also like that it sort of got its own place to download overlays and Twitch alerts from. So you sort of, if you're not into making the whole thing yourself, then you can sort of download a template, and then you've got something there. The rain has passed, so I'm going to head home. Thanks for the stream, Robin. See you later. See you later, Cal Home. Have a safe trip. And I hope to see you later. Ooh, much success. Some couldn't get it to work quite right. Yeah, it does. It has a lot of capability, I think, but I'm not entirely sure what all the buttons do. And like I say, with the audio especially, because it had its own channel already when I set up the scene collection. It had its own channel already for the desktop audio, but the desktop audio setting did not work, so I had to get rid of that and create my own one to make that work. Unfortunately, I didn't realise that until I'd already recorded the first Assassin's Creed video. So yeah, that's why that happened. That, and I was silly and I didn't bother to test it before I started playing. You live and learn. Yeah, exactly. I've learnt since to test it before I start playing now, which is good. Although you may notice from the Assassin's Creed videos that the overlay is different, and that's quite often because for some reason Slobs does not like the Assassin's Creed game. I think I might have got it once to run for one of the videos, but I think the other times I'll open it and it will just crash. No error message, nothing at all. It'll just turn itself off, which is not helpful. Living on the edge tomorrow. Since it's a pre-record, it probably doesn't need an overlay as such. Yeah, that's what I figured. To be fair, I was like, I don't really want. I didn't want the chat. I sort of wanted a bit of the purple. You can sort of see around the border. So I wanted a bit of a purple border on it, but I didn't really need anything else. But yeah, it just broke. So I was like, okay, open up Slobs. We'll try again in there. And I think on the last one actually I just got rid of the border entirely. I just put the game in full screen. Yeah, simple border and your name, I guess, would be ideal. Yeah. I don't think I actually had that on the other one. But I think I did just put it over the whole screen. Which is probably better, because it's not like I have a webcam or anything, so you can see my face when I'm playing or anything. Which is probably lucky, because if I'm playing something like that, I'm probably making a lot of faces, because I'm getting annoyed at the fact that the game isn't doing what I want it to. And rather than swearing loudly on the microphone, I'll just make faces instead. Okay, so we'll just count that one quickly. 15. Okay. Wow, it is 20 to 7 already. Time has gone by pretty quickly. So I think, I don't know. Depends on how you guys feel, really. I could go for a bit longer. Or I could do another square or two, depending on how many I get done in 20 minutes. Yeah, I could either finish at 7 or I could go for a bit longer. I'm not sure what that means, Will. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what that means. I've got no idea, guys. Oh, time flies. Oh, yeah, that's... When you say that, it makes sense. I'm going to assume that that is the Latin translation. Am I right? Sort of know enough to recognise that much, but where's your fox you want to show us? Ah, yes, that is a good shout, actually. I will BRB quickly so that I can go grab it, because I'm going to make a lot of noise, so I'm going to have to mute the mic. I am back now. Oh, that took a while to get into. Covered in a lot of bubble wrap. So, I haven't learned too much. Missed too much, rather. So this is little fella. Oh, no. If I aim it, yes. If I aim it there, you can see him now. Little foxy. As you can, trying to get it into the camera. There we go. As you can see, his eyes are a little bit wonky. No, it doesn't focus very well. Sort of looking in two different directions because the paint ran a little when he was being fired. And sort of give him a twirl. This is something I should have brought out while Mr. Ugchucks was here, so he could see it. You can't see it too well. You can't see it well at all on the tail, but I sort of tried to make it more of a gradient, so it sort of looked more like natural, more natural fur, as it were, rather than sort of clear line where it went from orange to white. I had to paint it all. But yeah, and then he's got just a little pink nose, and little pink ears. And it's actually the first clay ceramic project that I'd actually painted, which was nice. So yeah, he actually turned out quite well. He's a little bit patchy on the back of his head, but it's really adorable. So I think he might sit. I'm trying to think of somewhere that he can sit that you guys can see him. Let's pop him there. There we go. He can sit on the desk now because the desk is not going anywhere. He is very much adorable. I've actually got to get back over to my friend's house at some point because the last time we met up, I think for like the last 3 times that we've met up, we've gone to the pottery place, where that is, because it's literally just down the road from where she lives, which is really helpful. And every time that I've been over to her house, we've ended up going to the pottery place. So, but because it takes like a few days or like a week, and I don't get over there that often, I always end up picking it up the next time I go over. So I've just got like a constant supply of new things to pick up. And the last one, because it was close to Christmas, was a little penguin. I painted a little penguin statue, and he is super cute. But I don't have a picture yet of what he looks like when he was when he came out, because when you paint these, oh, I nearly knocked him over. When you paint these, the paint is actually like a really pastel shade. I do love a penguin. Yeah, it's really pale. So I think the worst one is I was trying to paint that pink, because everything is so pale that you can't really see it. But when they're glazed and they're fired, they turn out really bright. So it's sort of, you do sort of have to guess in a way of what it's going to look like, which is fun because it means that you can sort of I won't say it's a potluck, but it's always a surprise every time. but I don't actually have pictures of the penguin of when it was finished, so I am yet to see my finished creation. I prefer bourbons. I can murder a biscuit right now. I've got a tin of them on the shelf behind the curtain, and I have not eaten any. I opened them and then haven't actually eaten any more of them. Oh no. There we go. Had a knot in the thread, it's all gone now. Thank you for the bits, Lisa. Custard creams for the win! Do love a custard cream. Custard creams are amazing biscuits. Although I do have to say, my favourite biscuit is anise biscuit. I'm not and shortbread. I absolutely love shortbread. I do really like Jaffa cakes as well. They are probably my favourite, but I can't class those as biscuits, so they do not go in that ranking. What has happened here? It's knotted up on itself so many times. I'm not even sure how that happened. No, chocolate bourbons. You got me wanting biscuits now. Oh, it's the donut stream all over again. I had lunch and I'm still so hungry. But hunger's only just come on in like the last hour or so. Suddenly my stomach's just been like, hey, you had food earlier. Do you want some more? Yeah, I think you need some more now. I'm like, but I don't want any more. I was hungry earlier. I ate. Can that not be enough? Make me starve me all the way till dinner time. It's going to be a long time to wait. I'm going to need to do a bit of admin before I cook tea. No worries, Lisa. I hope you have a lovely evening. Potentially even see you later for some games, maybe? Shall mix it up a little. Party rings. Yeah. Yes, Oggy. Gotta love a party ring. I think actually, ooh, games. Yeah, games. I think actually, out of all the biscuits that I eat, I'm probably more likely to eat an entire pack of party rings than I am of anything else. The second one being Jaffa cakes. Let me know, I could be up for it. Cool. Yeah, I will let you know. Yeah, see you later, Lisa. And if I don't see you before your dinner, I hope you enjoy it. I mean your tea, because you had dinner already. Party games with Vector Crafty's YouTube Plus. Twister stream. Yes, Will. That's a Patreon exclusive. You've got to pledge £100 a month for that one. Jaffa cakes are awesome. Yeah, Jaffa cakes are awesome. I don't eat them nearly enough as I want to. Although, sad times for for any American people is the fact that you cannot get them in America. You cannot buy Jaffa Cakes in America. And I'll be honest, for like several years I've always wanted to go and live in America. I think that would be my deal breaker. Like, I'm aware that they have shockingly bad tea over there. That I could deal with, but I don't think I could live my life without Jaffa Cakes. That's not a world I want to be in. So it looks like we're gonna overrun slightly. If I finish this one. If I finish this and then see where we're at, do you you staying in Ed's bushel tree this summer? I might stay in the tree, you know. I think it's warmer up there. I do in fact work in bushes. But yeah, I might have to bring quite a big supply of Jaffa Cakes if I'm going to stay over the entire summer. Although, and the chocolate might melt if it's too warm, so that could be an issue. Yep, it's definitely windy out there. Ooh. Just move those to a safe place. You can be a Jaffa Cake dealer. You can be a Jaffa Cake dealer, but like drugs but tastier. Jaffa Mule. Yeah, just go around with one of those really large overcoats. Sort of just walking up to people on the street like, hey, you want to see something special? Bam! Jaffa Cakes. Every pocket. Although, don't they say, you know, you shouldn't sample your own wares? I think I would end up eating more Jaffa Cakes than I sold. Unfortunately. That was probably exactly what would happen. So I think what makes them one of the nicer cake biscuity treats, whatever you want to call it, is the fact that they haven't messed around with it at all. Like, I don't think I've ever seen any other Jaffa Cake other than Jaffa Cakes, like the original ones. I think I might have seen dark chocolate ones, possibly. I can't remember. If I did, I may have tried them and they weren't that great. But they just make Jaffa Cakes. Nothing else. None of this, you know, oh, let's put white chocolate or peanut butter on it kind of nonsense. It's like, we make Jaffa Cakes, you eat Jaffa Cakes, we will sell you Jaffa Cakes, and we don't need to do anything else to them. Opening your overcoat saying saying you want to see something special, probably not a good idea unless on your £100 Patreon tier. Yeah. See, raspberry and cherry ones. Ooh. I would be intrigued to try a raspberry one. I'm not sure how I feel about cherry. But I've never seen. Well, I take it back then. I've never seen those though. So maybe that's a regional thing. Oh yeah. Actually, no. I take it all back. I do remember there being some lime Jaffa cakes. I think there might have been lime or lemon and lime or something like that. Yeah. Okay, so you guys have proven me wrong. But they do sound... They do at least sound like something that you would want to eat. I've seen so many of these things. I think one thing's like yogurt covered popcorn, and I'm like, first of all, don't like popcorn. The fact that you've covered it in this fake yogurty coating is just nope. It's like, please just make nice things. Oh, Nightbot has broken. Well, what have you done? I've had lime ones, but they were Halloween specials. Yeah, I do actually think that because they were green, so of course they were all spooky and stuff. I think the lime was to represent slime at Halloween. Yeah, I think that was it. It's like chocolate covered pretzels. They're just wrong. Yeah. Oh no, Nightbot has regained itself. Possibly. Or just took offence to a quote. Honestly, Nightbot, I can't keep up with you, mate. But yeah, no, I don't like the idea of yogurt covered pretzels. One thing I saw over Christmas when I was looking at ideas for chocolate bark, I don't know how many of you may have seen the pictures of those that I did, but like some of the suggestions were just absolutely hideous. Like something like peanut butter in it. I was like, well, that's acceptable because it's chocolate. Oh, there we go. Nightbot has worked now. But then there was another one that was like, bear in mind these are chocolate bars, by the way. Like someone had put pretzels and crisps in it. It was like just smashed up bits of crisps and things in this chocolate bar, and I was like, oh, who would do that? It's a waste of chocolate and a waste of crisps. I mean, I like them both, but I wouldn't eat them in the same thing. I think that whole concept of sweet and salty has gone out of hand. I mean, that could just be me. But I've seen like chocolate and cheese before as well. I'm just like, just stop putting chocolate in everything. And stop putting everything in chocolate. It just does not go. Crisp sandwich. Now you see that I can get behind. Crisp sandwich all the way. But I don't want crisps in my chocolate bar. I think that's a step beyond the realms of sanity. I don't know. What do you guys think to that? Do you guys have any thoughts that you would like to share? Whether it's about that or weird food that you've seen or weird food that you've tried and it was actually nice. I had a crisp sandwich for lunch. Yeah, I love a good crisp sandwich. I want chocolate in my chocolate bar. Yeah, exactly. It's like I want crisps in my crisps and I want chocolate in my chocolate. And I don't need the two combined. Beef and onion crisps. Ooh. Katsu slice. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what that is. It's is that what, like one of those sort of rectangular, like not a pasty but made of pastry thing, but with like katsu style filling? Or I might be going down a completely different route. Chinese salad and curry in a pastry thing. Ah, yeah. If that's similar to the things that I'm thinking of, I've had what's it called? I've had like pepperoni, or chicken tikka. Chicken tikka is the one I'm thinking of, which I think is very similar to that. And those are amazing. You wouldn't think that essentially a curry in a pastry case could taste so nice. And it's definitely not healthy for you, but it does taste really good. Love beef and onion crisps. Like my sweet and savoury separate. Yeah. Like, I sort of got on board with the whole salted caramel thing for a little while. But I'll be honest, I think I might have found like one place that did a nice one, and I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of caramel anyway. Caramels and toffees, nah, I've never liked them. But yeah, the rest of them, they just don't taste. They don't taste like they should if they're like salty. They just taste like someone put a bit of salt in it, not like it's salt and caramel, if that makes sense. Sprout crisps were awesome. I never got to try any. No one really in my household likes Sprouts, and they refuse to try the crisps. Tikka slice was my diet in college. They are the best though, aren't they, Will? They are the best. Love a good pasty, yeah. Nicest pasties. If you cannot get to Cornwall, which most of you probably won't be able to, I can't remember what place it is, but it's one of those sort of they usually have them in train stations, sort of pasty place. Upper crust, I think that's what it's called, or something. They do really nice pasties. If you ever find one of those on your travels, their pasties do not disappoint at all. They are amazing. I used to live on pasties, really. I'm surprised they're still fit through to us. Oh dear. I mean, to be fair, when it comes to like puff pastry, it does depend. It's mostly air though. That's the thing. So really, you're eating a lot more air than you realise. So actually, they're probably not as bad for you as people would like to make out. Or they are far worse for you than I would like to make out, because I really like them. Make that what you will, guys. Don't you get caught around the scissors again? But yeah, no, I'm rather partial to a good pasty. All that unhealthy stuff. Mass amounts of butter and meat and fat. Not if you go for a veggie one. No meat in it then. That's healthier, right? Just lots of fried vegetables surrounded in butter and fat. I think at the end of the day, when it comes to food, and to be honest, what I think of most things in life is too short to spend it doing things you don't like. I would rather live a shorter life eating KFC or, all of that bad stuff for you, but have a good life because I've done the things I enjoyed, than eating every vegetable and, living till I'm 150 and being absolutely miserable for it. I think I'd rather just enjoy my life, however short or long that may be, by eating the things and doing the things that I want to. Yuck, vegetable pasty. What's the point? Go hard or go home. I am very much like that when it comes to pizza, actually. Hey, Disco, how's it going? Yeah. And I think I have said this to you before, Will, about my pizzas. I don't see the point of vegetables on a pizza. I love vegetables. I actually really love vegetables. And if KFC could be vegetarian, I would be a vegetarian as well. But I will not give that up. So therefore, I am stuck being the non-veggie that people take umbrage at. But yeah, I'm just like, vegetables should not be on a pizza. Mushrooms and tomatoes are the only exceptions to that. I will allow mushrooms and tomatoes on my pizza, but I don't even like onion on pizza. They all just go squishy and they're not nice. All the meat on pizza, yes, exactly. I arrived at the right time. I had corn veggie pasty yesterday for lunch. It had faux meat filling, which was quite nice. Minnie nicked some of it. I've been veggie for years, tried going vegan last year, managed a month but couldn't find decent milk for tea. The thing about vegan is that it's not really sustainable. Like, if you quite often they end up having to take supplements and things because they're not getting the amount of protein, because you can't get protein from non-dairy or non-meat products with a lot of it. And it's like, if you have to have something that balances that out, then that's not really healthy for you. But no, I couldn't deal with being vegan because it's just too much hassle, apart from anything. I can't have super amounts of dairy anyway, but I like cheese and I love yogurt and I love ice cream, and I would not give those up. I thought cheese would be a sticking point, but it wasn't. Yeah, but that's the thing. I think it's one of those things. When you think about it in your mind, you're like, oh, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, I couldn't give this up. And then you realise that actually you have a lot less of it than you might think that you do. And once you've sort of got through the first few days of having not had it, you sort of do kind of forget, in a sense. Like, if you don't, unless you have cheese every single day, then you're not used to having cheese that much anyway. So it's like, if you stopped it entirely, you probably wouldn't actually have a problem. At least that's my thoughts on it anyway. I couldn't do it. I do love veg, but if you're taking supplements, is that really a natural diet? Well, yeah. I have to take supplements anyway. It's nothing to do with being veggie. Yeah, that's the thing, because with a vegetarian diet, that's fine, because obviously you still have things like milk and cream, cheese, eggs, stuff like that. Pescatarians, obviously, they have fish, but with vegan, because they cut out everything that contains protein, basically, they then have to take supplements, and obviously other groups of nutrients and things. They end up having to take supplements, which aren't actually any better for you than just eating the things, and it's not actually any more sustainable than any of the other things that they're trying to avoid happening. Especially with things that are made of like soy and stuff like that people tend to eat. It's not actually that good. There's some good veggie vegan food about, so it's easy to try it and have the occasional non-meat meal. Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I feel, and like, I wouldn't say that I'm, specifically a meat-eating person, and I mean, I definitely wouldn't consider myself a vegetarian, but I don't see there being a either or. I like both equally. I think my thing is more, if I have meat in a meal, then I want to notice that it's there. So I don't like, there are things that I don't like pulled pork, or something like that, something with like really tiny bits, like or mince. I don't like that either. It's like I want to actually know what I'm eating. So that's always been more of a thing for me. But personally, if I'm going to go to a restaurant or something, I'm probably just as likely to pick something that was vegetarian or even vegan off of the menu, just because it sounds nice. Not because of any specific dietary thing, but I'd rather just try food that's nice rather than look at it as being vegetarian or vegan or whatnot. I don't want to come across preachy at all. I never lecture people on what they eat. It's none of my business. I struggle more with not eating fish than meat. I love salmon and prawns. I see. I must confess, Will, that I do not like cottage pies at all. I don't like it. I like spaghetti bolognese and I like burgers, but those are really the only things with mince I actually eat, because I just don't like it. But yeah, that's exactly this exactly the thing. Disco. I do find that with some people, regardless of their dietary requirements or whatever, they do rather like to enforce their beliefs of the way things should be on people. I'm like, but at the end of the day, it's everyone's choice. I wouldn't walk up to someone and slap them with a side of bacon and go, oh, you shouldn't be a vegetarian, that's a stupid thing to do. And it's just like, everyone should be entitled to their own freedom and their own ideas, regardless of what it is or other people's thoughts on it. They give us sensible veggies a bad name. yeah, they do. They really do. It's like when you meet people like that, and it is very easy to categorize and tar many people with one brush. I think bacon would be the thing I miss the most. Yeah, I do love a bit of bacon. But yeah, it's when you get people like that, and you're just like, ooh, I don't want to become that. If I, if I changed, but I mean, some people do feel like that, and like others is like, well, just because you've been rude, I'm not going to do it. But it's just like, come on, guys. If you want to live your life, then you have to sort of let other people live by their rules too. I thought it would be too bad I don't miss it all. Smell a rotisserie chicken used to get me. Yeah, I am like that with a lot of things. Like things I wouldn't eat a lot, but if I smelled them, I'd be like, oof. Can you still smell it and be a veggie? That is a good question, because if you can smell it, then you can presumably taste it, and you are inhaling small particles of that chicken. But let's not go there. I think microbes on a micro level. I think we can consider that okay. Those calories. Is that what the problem is? As long as I just walk around all these places with my nose stuffed up, I won't get any calories. I do have a podgy nose. Oh. But yeah, there are certain things that I have changed, dietary wise, just because I wanted to. Everyone can do their own thing. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like I switched from regular milk because I couldn't actually eat it, drink it rather, and like white bread to brown bread because I don't really like the taste of white bread. I prefer brown. So I seem to sort of have a way of naturally choosing healthier options in some things, or like veggie options in others. Yep, eat milk. Yeah, I think if I'm eating the milk, that might be why it's making me feel a bit queasy. I think that's because it's off. I wouldn't go too far down that route, considering what we could all be inhaling every time we step outdoors. Yeah, let's move on from that one. White bread does make better toast. Yeah, I would agree with that. But like the I don't really like the fresh baked stuff from the shops because it is not fresh. It is not freshly baked at all because I have seen them and they do not freshly bake it. And I'm not really a fan of like the fake pre-packed white bread. But if I made bread myself, like if I made white bread myself, I would probably eat the whole loaf. I do love fresh homemade bread. You take it out the carton first, right? Oh, so that's where I'm going wrong. I thought you were supposed to eat the carton too. It's recycling, isn't it? Do love brown bread in general. Yeah, I've always preferred brown bread to white bread. But the only thing I think would beat it is fresh white bread. Like just literally you've pulled it out the oven. Brown bread with marmalade toast. Ooh, I haven't had that. I've made bread 3 times. It smells amazing. Yeah. I made milk loaf and it was so good. I have not tried that. I'm not sure I've even heard of that one. Is that one where you soak it in milk first? Because I think I may have actually vaguely heard of something similar. It probably didn't register what it was called. But yeah, the There's something about like the smell and the taste of freshly made bread. It is absolutely, you cannot beat it. Very basic recipe, wasn't complicated at all. Ooh. Also once made hot cross buns. That took hours. Yeah. I tell you, the one thing that that we have had a problem with trying to make is like proper soft squishy buns. Because I think like with hot cross buns and rolls and things, you do want them to be a bit squishy. Whereas ours, you can, if you tap on them, tap on the top, they're solid as anything. We do have a recipe for hot cross buns, and I don't think that we've ever tried it. We have so many recipe books, but my mum doesn't really cook out of any of them. Like we have like a handful of recipes that we use very regularly. I knew as soon as that came out of my mouth, Will, I knew that was going to go as a quote. But yeah, we have like ridiculous amount of recipe books, but there's probably only a handful that my mum actually cooks from them. We don't really deviate from that, which is sort of why it'd be nice for me to have my own place, and then I can start making things. Sort of trying a new recipe every day kind of a thing. And hey, hopefully I would even be able to stream it. I don't think I could get a cooking stream quite to the level of Ed though. No, it's happening again. Cooking stream hype. Yeah, that's something that I definitely I want to work towards. Doing that kind of stuff. And again, if I had my own kitchen, as it were, because obviously I live with the family, with several other people. The whole place is a bit crowded and obviously full of other people's things, and the kitchen is a bit of a wreck. So I don't, and obviously people walking in and out every now and again that don't want to be on camera. So it would be nice if I had my own proper space and I could just, set things up and wander around and not have to worry about, whether I'm impeding on anybody else. Thinking about it, but have the same issues. Yeah, it's nice living with other people. Don't get me wrong, but even though it's like a reasonably big house, the rooms in it are quite small, and it does feel sometimes like we all live on top of each other. And it does get to the point, especially like right now when I don't generally leave the house. It does get very stressful living with so many people and don't really have anywhere else to go to sort of have alone time, as it were. Sort of just do things without distraction. Which is usually why I'm up till 4 in the morning, because no one's awake then. Family can get in the way sometimes. I tend to do mine when the children are in bed or at school. Yeah. Hot tracked. Locked in a cupboard. I wish I could do that. Sometimes. Bless their hearts. but sometimes I do wish I could lock them in the cupboard and just have some peace and quiet. 4 a.m. cooking stream hype. Yeah. That's the thing, you see, if I had my own place then I could do that. You know, I am terrible. I will eat when I'm hungry. I don't like having a set time for meals. So if I was hungry at 4 o'clock in the morning, then you can be darn sure that I would go and make myself something at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I would probably take the laptop with me and chat to you guys while I did it. Not that any of you sensible people are up at that time in the morning. Unless you live in America. Because then they're like several hours behind, I think. Yeah, we're quite a few hours behind, so. Certainly made those long nights more enjoyable. Yeah, it certainly would. And it's just simple things. You know, like being able to get up early to have a shower without disturbing someone in the house, or going and getting a cup of tea at 2 in the morning if I'm working on something and I need to get it done and I just want a bit of caffeine, you know, without walking down 3 flights of stairs and having everyone swearing at me for waking them up, kind of thing. It's little things like that. It would be nice to sort of have my own place so that I wasn't worrying about disturbing anyone else. But yeah, so that is definitely my goal. I don't know how likely it will be for this year, but definitely for next year. Use your AC stealth. If you've watched that last one, Will, you may have noticed that stealth was not on my side. I believe there was at one point where I tried to stealthily pickpocket the guy and I punched him in the face. Which was me looking at the buttons it was telling me rather than the buttons that I knew to be the actual ones, because the buttons don't correspond. I did find that rather amusing though, because I was like, of all the things to do, that was the least stealthy. It's like that has got to be the complete polar opposite of stealthy, punching the guy in the face. You'll get there. Yeah. Yeah. It all takes time. And the problem is I'm too impatient. Like with people, if it's a people problem, I can be patient as anything. But if it's something relating to myself, you will never see me get more frustrated quickly. Or as quick as that. I'm just like, I feel like there's got to be something that I can be doing, but I don't know what it is, and I don't seem to be making it any better. Yeah. As things go, it's not that awful. Oh, somehow got that wrapped around my fingers. Right, so there is. Oh, it's like, why is that not stretching out properly? I'd left the pin in it. That'll teach me. Okay, so let's just mark that one off. Everything is a learning curve, we'll get there. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have sort of overrun by like 40 minutes nearly. I'm actually quite enjoying this, so I kind of feel like I might just carry on, and if you guys want to stay, you are more than welcome, but I do understand that other people have lives to attend to, so if you do need to head off, I will not be offended. Love the fabrics you're using. Thank you. Yeah, these are really nice fabrics. Trying to find one that will go with this. I haven't already used. Actually, I will use that one. Just a little bit overrun, yeah. Happy chilling out here. It's nice to relax. Ah, I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. I will take another drink though, because my throat is so scratchy right now. That's better. Yeah, I really like these fabrics. There's quite a nice array of patterns. I'm not sure I've ever actually counted all of the patterns. There's quite a few. I think the packs that I buy them in says that they try and get at least five patterns, and there's like 50 squares of each. But I think some of them have had like 6 in. So it's like possibly about 10 or 12 patterns, because I bought 2 different sets to sort of give it a bit of variation. So yeah, about 10 or 12 patterns across the whole blanket. So it's quite a nice variety. I'm good here till 10. Yeah, I will have to run at some point to have dinner. But we have that quite late here, so I'm not actually sure when that will be. It's usually about 8:30. 8, 8:30 kind of a thing. Which is why I tend to try and fit these in so it's sort of after work, but before people are going off and doing other things, whilst making sure that I'm not interrupted, hopefully, because I tried doing that with the lunchtime streams, and yeah, I got interrupted quite a bit, so I switched to sort of late afternoon, evening, and it seems to work better. I'm happy to go with the flow. Well, it's really nice having you guys here, and it's been really chill. And although I've been waffling quite a bit, I think I made quite a bit of progress with this. Just gonna check something. Yeah, everything's fine. I forget sometimes to check Discord, because sometimes people will message me during the stream about something stream related, and then because Streamlabs mutes all of the notifications while I'm streaming, I don't hear it. Nothing wrong with a good waffle. Yeah, exactly. Everyone loves waffles, right? Or pancakes. Love pancakes. I have absolutely no idea what I talk about when I stream. Lots of waffle. Yeah. I think sort of you get in the zone with what you're doing, and then because you're conscious that there's people there that are watching, but you're not quite sure what to say, so you sort of, because you're concentrating on what you're doing, you end up sort of your mouth just carries on going. That's what it's like with me anyway. I'll start on one subject and it'll just I'll just be flapping my gums for the next 20 minutes on absolute nothing. Which is weird because if you met me in person, you would barely get 2 words out of me because I'm not a chatty person at all. It'll be worse tomorrow when I'm going to try craft. No game to talk about, so it could go downhill very quickly. Yeah, I did really worry about that with these streams. Like the whole thing is that you're sort of more focused on what I'm doing, and so I'm trying to find a way of keeping that entertainment side going when you're not staring at a game screen. So it's just like I don't even know what to begin to talk about. Can't really talk about the weather for 2 hours straight. But I'm sure you'll be fine. Did you say the other day that you'd got that camera? Is that on its way, or has that been delivered? Will we have... It's very relaxing to watch you sewing there. Oh, well, I'm glad that I can do something that's sort of chilling for everyone else, because it's nice just sort of sitting here and doing something that's not mind-numbing as such, but something that's simple that I can sort of take my focus off of. If I'm doing something that's too complicated, or like playing something like Assassin's Creed where I'm concentrating on the game rather than the people, then I kind of feel like the community side of things suffers. And obviously I do this to hang out with you guys and, you know, sort of chat and everything, so I kind of want to make things that do that. Yes, I have at the Logitech one. Oh, nice! Very chill, yeah. Hey, Ipsy! How's it going? How are you doing? I'm loving the emote there. I won't even try the signature noise. But you know the one I mean. Oh. I see, Ipsy. You get to meet my orange partner in crime now. Say hello to Mr. Fox. Isn't he adorable? Just popping that down there. I think I need to get the clip for in the streams. He's amazing. Ah, thank you. I painted him myself. So amazing, amazing afternoon at a pottery, ceramic place. Just chilling with a friend and painting pottery, and ended up with that adorable little guy there. He is ceramic, yeah. He's actually quite heavy. You can see he's got a little hole in his bottom. Yeah, he's a ceramic fox. And I also have a couple of other pieces, but I'm not entirely sure where I've put them. So I've got a little side plate and a little sort of sauce ramekin, sort of like a bowl, a square bowl that's about that big, for like sauces or crisps or things like that. And then I have a penguin, but I don't actually have the penguin back yet, because it's still at my friend's house. Going well, just cooking tea, so can't chat much. That's fair enough. I'm interested to know what you're having for tea. because we've been discussing food again. I did American barbecue sausages and Hasselback potatoes. That sounds really nice. That sounds really nice, Oggy. I've always wanted to try Hasselback potatoes. They look really cool. But I've never done them. He is. I was in Hobbycraft today, and they had loads of those ceramic painting kits for kids. They were quite nice. All on sale, under £2 each. They had a camper van money box. I wish I'd got that now. Oh, yeah, they have some really amazing things in Hobbycraft. I think the place that we actually went was a local place to my friend. So they glaze all of the stuff and fire it. We didn't actually do the whole make it ourselves from a kit thing. But I would really like to do one of those kits, because I'd like to make some ceramic stuff for myself. It would be really cool. Prawn Lasker. Ooh, that sounds nice. Ooh, Hasselback potatoes, nice. I always wanted to say Hasselhoff, which is something very different. Hasselhoff potatoes. Ooh, prawns, love prawn. Yeah, I second that, Oggy. I do love prawns. We have one of those places not far from us. They are great fun. Yeah, they so are. And I'll be honest. When we first went in, me and my friend, we went into this place and I sort of looked around and sort of saw the pricings and the stuff, and I was like, sort of, you know, that's a lot of money for like a tiny thing. I think he was like £5 or something. But then when you think about it, and it's like, because that's like one-off payment, you pay £5 and you get all the paint, you know, the use of their brushes, and they fire it and everything, glaze it and fire it for you and everything. So when you think about it that way, suddenly that £5 feels a lot better. And then when you think about the amount of time that you actually spend in there, I think we ended up making like 2 things on the first day, because we'd planned to go out somewhere and it rained the whole day, so we're just like, stuff it, we're just staying in here for like 6 hours hunched over a table. And when you think of it that way, it's like suddenly that is a ridiculously good price. Yeah, it's like you sort of a little. I was a little hesitant, because I'll be honest, I am such a cheap person. I will not pay any more for something than I have to, and I will search around for the best price. But I will also pay more for something if it's more convenient. But yeah, a fiver is actually, when you think about it more, that's an incredible price. And I got the ramekin that I was saying about, sort of the little sauce bowl. I actually did 2 of those in one afternoon that we went there. I gave one to a friend of mine, actually, to a different friend of mine. But I think they were only like £6 each or something. And like, considering that obviously you can use them for food and things, because it's all food safe as well. Considering that you can use them all for food and things, and it's actually a ridiculously good price. Like I could not pick up the paints and the glazes and get it all working for myself that cheap. So it's actually a really reasonable place. Hoping the next time that we go over there, we actually like get an entire day designated to that. So I'm sort of setting aside what I want, how much I want to spend on making making more things. Even though I've turned crafting sort of into a business for myself, it still doesn't feel like work. It's enjoyable to sort of do as many crafts as I can. Cheap for the win. Yeah, exactly. There are some things I do find exceptions for. You know, there are some things that you do just have to go, yeah, I'm paying for the quality, not the quantity here. But there are things that are like I'm not paying ridiculous amounts for. And speaking of places like Hobbycraft, other hobbyist and craft stores are available. I do find that with some of their stuff actually. It's like some of their stuff is insanely priced, and you're like, I don't know how they afford to sell it this cheap. And then there are other things that I look at them and I'm just like, my eyes bulge at the price tag, and I'm like, I am not paying that for those. But then the best jobs never do feel like work. Yeah, exactly. I was very skeptical of that. You know, it sort of seems like a cliche, the whole, oh, if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life kind of mantra. I've never believed it. And I'll be honest, I can't really rate the Etsy store as a success. I'm not raking in monthly sales. But I also don't press it that hard, so, you know, that's probably why. But it doesn't feel like, you know, I have to make another candle today, or I have to make these earrings or something. It's like I get to do something that I enjoy, and occasionally I get paid for it, so it evens it out. I've just found the little ceramic bowl I painted. I'll post a pic on Discord. Ah, yay! I'd love to see that. Etsy is hard work. I'm running down my jewellery shop to focus on another store. Things take time. You know how business works. Yeah. This is another part of that thing where you're saying, where I was saying earlier about me being a very impatient person by nature. I'm always a lot more patient when it's not me that's doing the thing. You know, I'm a lot better to teach than to be taught, kind of a thing, I think. I do kind of over criticize myself a lot sometimes, but yeah, it does feel a lot harder work than, shall we say, than they suggest. Because they do, apart from anything, they seem to have lost quite a market share when it comes to stores like that. So I think it's just something that I do have to naturally push harder. Only because I don't have time to make jewellery anymore. Yeah, that is fair enough. So when you say you are focusing on another store, is that another store that you run? Is that another store that you do you make things for, or is it something else entirely? So feel free, guys, to promote yourselves on here. I don't have a shout out command on here. It's the only thing. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to set it up. earth has just happened there? I don't even know what that's done. I'm gonna go eat these beautiful fish type things. Enjoy the chill. See you later, Ribsy. Have a good one. Hope you enjoy the prawns. It will be another Sarai run, but it is greeting cards and prints. Very niche area. Ooh, that sounds really cool. Oh, I was thinking about doing greetings cards or like Christmas cards, like handmade ones. But I'll be honest, I sort of priced things up, and the price that I would have to sell them for was like, I don't think anyone's gonna buy like a set of 5 greeting cards for like 10 quid or something ridiculous. I'm not sure it was actually that high, but you know, it's like when you can buy them from Tesco, I don't think anyone would want to buy them from me for like 3 times the price for a quarter of the cards. I'm just getting together enough designs to make it look decent, then I will start promoting more. Oh, nice! Well, I really hope that's going well, and feel free to share any designs or ask for any feedback in the Discord, of course. I'm sure there will be a command you can add for a shout out. I'll DM you the one I use. Oh, thanks, Oggy. So you would shout out command later. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah. Like I say, I'm a bit of a noob. I could set up the ones where it was literally like, you press this button, you type in what you want, and it does it straight away. Those were fine, but like some of them, it seems that it wants you to do something else to add to it, or like, I don't know if it's really coding, but like adding something and then it responds a certain way, and I don't have the brain power for that anymore. There are of all the hobbies that I do and I enjoy, there are also quite a few more recently that I've that have fallen by the wayside. Like I wanted to learn how to do coding and stuff like that, and it's just like, no. It's too much for my brain. I have some designs set up as digital downloads, the idea being that I can sit back and make cash, which has been partly successful, but I've now had requests for actual cards, so that's what I'm going to do. Ah, well, that's nice. I mean, it's nice that it's also moving in another direction. That's sort of giving you another outlet for it. Coding sounds so interesting, but I suspect it's not for me. Yeah. That's the thing. I love reading. I like writing. But a lot of it is you learn through a textbook, or you are literally just writing out this thing, and I don't do great with things like that. I'm more like with this, I am physically moving in order to do this. Thank you, Oggy. I will have a fiddle around, because I'm streaming tomorrow afternoon as well, so I'll have a fiddle around and see if I can get it working for then. And you guys can shout yourselves out to your heart's content. But yeah, I really want to learn coding, but I think it's very similar in the sense of learning another language, and I've never done that either, so that's probably why. What time are you streaming? I think it's about I think it says 4 on my page. Yeah. I've also I got myself a little countdown timer at the bottom. Obviously anyone on mobile, you can't see it on the channel. But on the channel it does have a little countdown timer now. So you should be able to see when I'm next on. But yeah, I think it's set for 4 p.m. on Saturdays. It was usually 5. If I'm clashing with anyone, I may move it back to 5. Basically, I'm around Saturdays anyway, so. But it's trying to make sure that I'm not in the way of family and stuff. I've just scrolled down and seen it. Oh, cool. Yeah, because I know Will was saying that he can't see it because he's on mobile. So. I'm gonna miss it as I'm working afters this weekend. No worries, okay. I know obviously it's sort of Saturday seems to be a weird one because I would expect, you know, sort of like the first day after the working week where people would be available, so everyone would be streaming, but I don't know whether it's just the fact that I don't follow those people, but I never see people streaming on Saturdays. But then it's also like, I don't know whether that's because there's no one around. 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. Oh no. But I'm also hoping that maybe at some point, once I've got myself sort of settled in a bit with everything, that I could do some like more late night streams. So sort of, I don't know, 10 till 12 or something. But at the moment I'm still sort of trying to. Thursdays are also dead, yeah. Yeah, it's like I've started streaming on Saturday afternoons and it's pretty quiet, but I like it. Yeah. So I don't wanna I don't like the thought of sort of streaming to an empty room, because I think if I'm just talking to myself for the entire day, that I would probably go a bit more insane than I usually am. But at the same time, it's like not everyone can be around on those days. But there are some days I have noticed that it's like literally no one streams at all. And then other days where it's like you're picking between like 5 or 6 people for like an entire day, and you're like, oh, I want to watch them, but I want to watch them too, and now they're on, and it gets a bit chaotic. I stream in the afternoon on Thursdays, and Friday I get a handful of viewers, and I like that. Yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's quality, not the quantity. You know, I'd rather have, you know, the sort of the numbers that we have now, like a handful of decent people like you guys, than, you know, 200 trolls that are just, you know, swearing and all that nonsense. I've got 12 people live now. Ooh, nice. But yeah, so we shall see. Some weirdos come online. There is one alpaca or something. Yes, few good eggs. Having a natter and enjoying themselves. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Far more enjoyable. Especially when it comes to trying to. If you're doing something like this, there can also be that issue of if you're trying to watch what you're doing, you can't keep an eye on the chat. So I think if I had that many people in at once, I wouldn't be able to read anything. I would not be able to respond to anyone that was talking, because the chat would just be going too fast for me to keep up with. And I don't really like places like that. It's like, no. So I would rather have the numbers that we have here and be able to give everyone equal amount of time. Because I think it's just nicer that way. At the end of the day, streaming is about sharing something with your community. So I would rather be able to do that in the best possible way that I can. At the end of the day, it's nice to have the views, and it's nice to have the recognition, but if you don't take the time to recognise the people that do come back time and time again, even if it's only like 2 or 3 people, then what's the point? Exactly, it's about interacting with the people and not the numbers. Yeah, that is how it feels. It's like one person's stream that I've been on a few times, and they are sort of celebrity, so I can understand that. And you can have anything like, I think I actually saw at one point he had like 10,000 viewers on a stream, and like the chat was just going so fast, it was just like spinning, like it was gone. you couldn't even see, you couldn't even register what the words were to read anything, let alone actually be able to pick someone out of a crowd and go, hey, I'm going to talk to this person now. And you just couldn't keep an eye on it. I was saying the other day, I like enough people for a conversation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Streaming is a great form of social interaction, like having friends over while you do something. Yeah, that's exactly the same. And I think I had a similar conversation with another streamer. She'll sort of say, she's seen people that, sat streaming while they did their homework and things, or eating and stuff, and it does kind of feel like, you're just hanging out in a room with your friends. Like you may not be able to see them, but they're still there. And obviously when they're sort of able to almost instantaneously reply to something that you've said, it does sort of keep that level of interaction going, and it's nice. I'm just slowly creeping out of the camera again. Yeah, I think with regards to streaming for next week, definitely. I'm gonna push the evening craft streams back to 6 p.m. and hopefully work from there. I should be able to do them, because I'm supposed to finish at 5, but then obviously I've got to get home and get set up, because I leave at like 8 in the morning. There's no way. Well, I leave at about like 7, 8, so there's no way that I'm going to set up for the stream before I go, sort of a thing. So I'll need a bit of time to sort of set everything up. So I'll have to push them back to 6. Saturday stream should be fine because that won't be affected. But hopefully I'll be able to sort of get down a routine. I hope I never get lost in a game and miss people. Yeah. It's okay. Well, I've always there to help. True. Yeah, that's the other thing, and that's sort of why I've chosen games like, I mean, besides the fact that the internet obviously sort of very limited in its capability, but that's partially why I sort of chose games like Sims and Stardew, because you can sort of literally just pause it quickly, have a look at the chat, catch up on anything, and then carry on, or sort of glance over when you're doing stuff or waiting for the game to do stuff. I feel games that are more intensive, like something like Call of Duty or something like that, you can't really take your eyes off of what you're doing. Oranges could be quite merciful. Yeah. I think that's another thing with with Assassin's Creed and games like that, because you are supposed to be immersed in that world, and obviously that's great when you're playing the game, because then you're immersed in that world and you're enjoying it for what it is. You sort of become part of the story. But obviously for streaming that doesn't translate, because you've got to pull yourself out of that story in order to interact with what's going on around you, in the chat and stuff. And obviously then that sort of dulls your sense of the gameplay. So it's like you may get more of the social aspect, but you're not enjoying the game as much. So it's trying to find that balance, and trying to find the games that I can balance with. But I think I can also get away with doing those games for the YouTube videos. I'm sort of, again, once I've got more of a routine set and know what I'm doing in the future, then I want to do like another game alongside the Assassin's Creed videos to play through. So I think I can get away with that, because I've not really got anyone else. I've not got a chat going to concentrate on, so I can sort of just carry on with the game. I'm sorry I missed you playing Sims. I love it. I'll try to catch the next one. Oh, no worries. No worries, Disco. Oh, if you've watched it back, there was a couple of clips in the Sims stream that got muted. I'm not sure what it was that got muted, but the rest of it was fine. But we didn't do a massive amount. I think I sort of went on a tour of a few places, but you didn't miss much. But that will be back next week, because I'm trying to sort of alternate between Sims and Stardew, just so you sort of get different games, because obviously I'm currently only doing 3 streams a week, and 2 of those are occupied by crafts, so I sort of want to get in that variety. Yeah, it was like, I'm not sure if it was because it was something that I was talking about, so I guess I'll see with this one, as I've mentioned quite a few brands. Sorry, Twitch. I'll see in this what gets muted. But yeah, it was just like a couple of bits in both of the video sections for like a few minutes, and then went back again. So that's alright, I guess, because at least then it didn't mute the entire thing. because that would have been upsetting. Yeah, Stardew. Yeah, I do love a bit of Stardew. But I will also sort of have a look and test out a few other games I can do. Now that I seem to have found the ability to play Super Lucky's Tale, I might do that for a playthrough video. I'm not actually sure where I got to on that, and I think I lost where I got to. So it would be nice to go through that. And then you can hear me swearing at another adorable little fox. You can probably see a theme here. Ooh, so Twitch has little elves who can watch your streams and then tell on you. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely sure how it works. And I know with some people, I think they do get people that sort of lurk and then report things. But with Twitch, they don't seem to send you any notifications or any emails or anything. They just mute it if they don't find it. If they don't want it on there, then they will just mute it. Rather than like ask you to take down the video or whatever. They'll just get rid of any bit that they deem is not good. I'm sure there'll be some kind of monitoring. Yeah, I'm sure there's got to be some. I mean, there's got to be some way that they do it. I'm just not entirely sure what it is. It would be interesting to know. Right, I can smell what smells like it could be food cooking. So I have a feeling that I may get one more of these and then I'll have to end the stream. Actually, no, I don't want that one. I want this one, actually. I'll start it from the other end in the hopes that... Ha! Nope! Okay, so what I was saying earlier about that they essentially sent me they didn't send me the wrong ones, because I know that some of these were in this pack, but they didn't send me enough polka dot squares. They sent like these ones and then some of these ones, and that was it. And unfortunately these two are the ones I have loads of, and they're the only ones I had left, meaning that the entire blanket is now covered with these, and the massive blanket Sudoku is getting very hard to fill. I think I only need a couple more squares on here anyway, fortunately. But I will try and remember actually to look on Amazon later to see if they've contacted me, because this is actually getting increasingly difficult the further through this thing that I go. That's much better. Imagine losing a whole stream. Yeah, I think that's the difference with YouTube, though. If you get a copyright, they will give you a not so polite email telling you about it, and then make you take down the video. Whereas with Twitch, they're like, okay, so the rest of it's fine, but this bit we're not happy about, so we'll just mute this for you, unless you're doing something that's visibly bad, then we don't have any issues, so we'll just mute this bit, all good, okay, done, sort of a thing, and you don't have to worry about it. And it was only because I went to upload sort out the highlights and then upload the rest of the craft streams to YouTube. I actually noticed because it said that said in sort of red letters over the videos that they'd been muted, and I was like, huh. Yeah, I can't believe I get away with my Queen streams. Yeah, I mean, I think there are some that have agreements with. There are some that Twitch have agreements with to allow their content. So it could be that they have that agreement, so it allows it, but they don't have that for all of them, which is why perhaps some of them got muted. So I know you said a couple of the songs got muted, didn't they? So maybe it's that. Because I know it's things like what do you say about her, Will? Yeah, things like with Spotify as well, like some bands only agree to have some of their albums on it. Well, I suppose the people that control the bands decide that they only have some of the albums on it and stuff, so maybe it's sort of similar to that, where some of the songs are acceptable. I know, I was trying to do a funny. Aww. Oh no. Nightbot, what are you doing? Will's a VIP and a sub. You can't do that. Jesus. This bot really has to go. I'm pretty sure I actually even disabled that one. Is that lots of little diamonds with question marks in? I can't see them. They're really small. It doesn't like Twitch's own emotes. No. I mean, Nightbot, you've got a problem, mate. Bad bot, get on the naughty step. Yes. Yes. Like I say, as soon as I figure out how to do the quotes and stuff through Streamlabs, Nightbot is going into retirement. And I can't see a reason to bring Nightbot back out. I've started typing on Xbox and it doesn't like it. Oh, that would be why. If anyone can break it, Will can. I know! He tried to add a quote earlier and Nightbot just had a complete mental breakdown. Would you calm down, you silly bot? Right, that's it. I am I'm turning all of these off. There we go. You guys can spam the channel as much as you like now. Nightbot is sleeping. It will continue to it will still say things, but it's not going to keep banning you anymore. I've disabled all of it. There you go. Ooh, that's a lot of overlapping emotes there, okay? It looks on the screen chat, on the overlay, it looks fine, but on the chatbot one, all of those overlap quite severely. Ah, the lovely overlapping wheel heads. Twitch doesn't like Xbox. No. Twitch does not like anything right now, I don't think. Yeah, it's very sulky. Oh, is that what you're trying to do? You're using the emotes. I was trying to work out what it was. It was like, it doesn't look like it's an emote or anything. But yeah, that'll be why, because it's not recognizing them. I think that's the only thing about Twitch. Is I wish that they would find a way to do updates and things that don't break it in the meantime. Like with the subs and everything going absolutely mental. And then them resetting everyone's subs thing. It's like, surely there's got to be a way that you can work on it without breaking the entire website. Those are some interesting emotes there, Oggy. Is that a little dog with a chef's hat on? Wow. Xbox chat emojis. Oh, I'm doing it again. Sorry, guys. Alright. I'm hoping I've got enough thread to get to the end of this one. Because we're almost there. But when I get to the end of this one, I think I'm going to call it there. Because like I say, I can smell food cooking downstairs. And not only is it making me incredibly hungry, but I then have a feeling that someone is either going to yell for me or they are going to ring my phone. And I'm not actually sure what that is. But yeah, which means I will have to stop rather quickly. So I would rather end a bit earlier than that. Whoa! That is a lot of overlapping emotes. Beautiful emotes there, Will. Such a nightmare. Yeah, get out of here. What have you done today, Nightbot? What have you done today that was so impressive? Going all aggro on everyone, completely ruining the vibe of the chill stream. I think that's Nightbot's intention. We're all here having a really nice time, and then Nightbot comes in shouting like, "Stop using emojis! I've told you once. I won't tell you again." Like, jeez, calm down, Nightbot. We're just trying to have a laugh. looks like we'll just about make it. Should have just about enough to tie this off with. There we go. And mark that down. Okay, so we have one left to do for this one for next time. Just pile that over there. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it here. Because we have gone for 1 hour and 35 minutes longer than intended, which has been lovely because it's been really nice having sort of extra time to hang out with you guys and stuff. But yeah, so next week, night will. Next week I will definitely try my best to make it back for 6. So I'll push the streams back for an hour on Wednesday and Friday. I'll make it my darndest to get here for that time and to get online for that time. I don't have too many plans, but I'm waiting on some bits in relation to the gift wrapping stuff. So I'm hoping to be making some gift tags. So it'll be sort of a paper crafty stream on one day, and then probably just switch back to some chilling and sewing and stuff. So yeah, that will be for next week. Obviously the Assassin's Creed video will be up on Monday. I won't be here to premiere it with people, so I might premiere it, but I won't be able to be around in the chat. Just so you're all aware. Rachel stream, thanks so much for the stream. Oh, I like the sound of that. It's like am I off? Yeah. Yes, I am gonna have to go now, because I have a feeling that someone is going to call me at any moment. So I don't want to sort of have to go, okay, I've got to go now, bye. But yeah, I wanted to sort of run you guys through next week. Ignore that previous one. Okay. I did try and work out what it said. I was like, I'm not sure. But yeah, so next week it'll be slightly altered, but hopefully only by an hour. The rest should be fine. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for the lurks, the raids, the hosts, the gift subs, the bits, and everything else. It's all greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully during Stardew. So thank you all for coming, and I will see you later. Bye bye.